Sometimes you don't need a whole book to understand a character. Sometimes a single moment, a single chapter can show you exactly when their soul was forged in fire. And today, that's what we're looking at for Katie Nolan from A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, a moment of pure hardship and a secret decision that changed absolutely everything.
So picture this. A young mother, Katie Nolan, is sitting on her tenement stoop in Brooklyn. And this is what her neighbors tell her. You'll never raise that one. It's not even meant to be mean. It's just a fact. A terrible final whisper about her first baby, Francie. Can you imagine hearing that? We are dropped right into the middle of a crisis.
And the thing is, they're not wrong to worry. This is 1912. For a poor family, a sick kid isn't just a heartbreak, it's a potential disaster. Francie is so fragile, so weak, she just seems to be fading away. And then, the worst thing happens. Katie's milk, the one thing she can give her baby, it just dries up. The situation is getting really desperate.
Well, for so many immigrant families back then, you didn't just run to the doctor. When the real world failed you, you turned to the old world, to folklore, to superstition, to the things you brought with you from the old country. And that's exactly what Katie does. She goes to the midwife. So the diagnosis Katie gets isn't what you'd expect. It's not an infection, it's not malnutrition. Nope. The midwife says it's the evil eye. She says some old, jealous woman, a witch named Nellie Grogan, saw how happy Katie was with her handsome husband Johnny and put a curse on her out of pure spite, a curse that dried up her milk. And the cure? Oh man, the cure is something else. This isn't medicine. It's straight up magic, a ritual. Katie has to make this little doll of the witch, and then, under a full moon, stab it with rusty pins. And she's so desperate she actually does it. But it doesn't work. Francie just gets sicker, and Katie's milk is gone for good. But then in walks her sister, the wonderfully blunt Aunt Sissy. She hears this whole witch story and just shuts it down with this amazing line, cutting right through all that superstition and getting straight to the real biological reason for what's happening. And there it is. Katie was pregnant again. That's why her body had changed. And for this family, this isn't happy news. It's a catastrophe. They can't even feed the one sick child they have. A second one, it's just a crushing new weight on their shoulders. And you gotta remember, they're just kids themselves. Johnny's only 20 years old, Katie's 18. He doesn't see another blessing, he sees a trap snapping shut around him. He feels like his life is already over. And his reaction? He goes out and gets drunk. So the midwife comes back, but this time she's offering a totally different kind of remedy, a potion to get rid of the pregnancy. And even in all her desperation, Katie says no. Her reason is so simple, so profound, and it shows you the steel that's already there, deep down. This is a huge moment, a peek at the woman she's about to become. Okay, so 9 months later, the second child, a boy, is born. And this birth, this single event, is the exact moment that Katie Nolan's entire life and her family's future pivots. This is where the soft, dreaming girl starts to vanish and the hard, tough survivor begins to take her place. And the difference between these two kids could not be more obvious. Francie is still this tiny, frail, whimpering thing. But the new baby, Neeley, he's the complete opposite. He's strong, he's handsome, and he comes into the world with a powerful, angry howl. As Katie holds her strong new son, she hears her weak daughter crying in the other room. And in that instant, a cold, hard decision clicks into place in her mind. She makes a secret vow, a promise to herself that is going to shape all of their lives from that day forward. It's a brutal and honestly, a heartbreaking choice. Her heart basically splits in two. For her new son, Neeley, she feels this wild tenderness. He becomes her new purpose, the one she's going to bet everything on. But for Francie, her love cools. It turns into something else. Pity and obligation. It's like emotional survival. She's putting all her hope and energy into the child who seems like a better bet. And that's it, right there. In that one moment, Katie Nolan, the fighter, is born. She realizes she can't afford to be soft and tender if she wants her children to survive. So she trades that softness for strength. She trades her dreams for a hard, practical will to just keep going. The young girl who married the handsome singer, the girl who was full of dreams and just adored her husband, she's gone. In her place is a woman who is all about capability, a woman who sees the world for what it is and is driven by one thing, a fierce desire for survival, especially for her son. And this change, it doesn't just affect her. It creates ripples that hit everyone. As Katie gets stronger, her dreamer husband Johnny just seems to fade away, accepting his fate. Francie senses that shift in her mother's love and develops a hardness of her own to protect herself. The entire family is changed forever. But our hardness, it comes from a philosophy of survival. She sees this tree, the tree of heaven, the only one that can grow right out of the cement sidewalks. And she sees a lesson for her kids. She believes their struggle won't break them. No, it's the very thing that will make them strong.
So when you boil it all down, this is the core difference between them. Johnny is the beautiful dreamer who wants to be remembered, but he just accepts his fate. Katie is the fierce fighter who just wants to survive, and she absolutely refuses to accept her doom. And in the tough world of Brooklyn, you can guess which one of them has what it takes. And all of this leaves us with a really tough question, doesn't it? Katie made a choice. She traded her tenderness for strength. She sacrificed a part of her own heart to become the fighter her family needed. But did she have to? Is that the price of survival? It's a question that sits at the very heart of this incredible story.